This is MJ. I'm an author, I'm an artist, I'm an analyzer. Find all my work at mjmunoz.com. Henshin Inspection presents Half Boiled. I will be discussing the bad and good of Fuuto PI, episode 6. The title of the episode is The Terrible M and White Fangs. It originally aired September 4, 2022. The writer is Riku Sanjo. The director is Yousuke Kabashima. So, starting off with the misses right away, the things I did not like about this episode. Tokime's new outfit could be better, and they had to go with fan service again, unfortunately, while protecting her from the eyes of Shotaro and, I guess, Philip, too, from looking at her, and yet giving us an eyeful of cheesecake, if you will, which is not something I dig, because, well, anyway, I don't want to belabor the point, just, it didn't work with me, it missed, didn't hit. Anyway, also, the memory gadgets feel so lifeless to me. I believe I never really liked them. Batshot has the most personality and the most feel of like a real character in the helper robot department, and that's a thing in Kamen Rider. If you're not used to Kamen Rider because you're just coming in this as a somebody who's interested in Fuuto PI, I'll let you know that at some point, I don't remember where it was, there was a Kamen Rider called Hibiki in 2007 or 8. Kamen Rider Kiva, I think, was after no, it was Den-O. Wait. Yeah, it was Den-O, then Kiva. I believe Hibiki was 07, Den-O was 08, and Kiva was 09. Then Double was right after Kiva in 2010. And Den-O had helper monster men things. And who had their own personalities and stuff. I haven't seen the show, but I know enough about it. I've seen them in a movie or two. And Hibiki had little CDs, like a compact disc that would turn into these little helper creatures, which were pretty cool, actually, from the little bit of Hibiki I watched. But I didn't really dig the way that these characters, the memory gadgets are this little helper robot thing that is a trend in some Kamen Rider shows. I did not like them very much, and I have nothing positive to say about them. And like I said, in already criticizing them, they feel lifeless to me in this show, and that's not what I'm looking for in my Kamen Rider. So that was unfortunate. Last thing to complain about in the misses section is the proportions on those NEWSEUM Dopants are silly. So we've got like a giant, I don't even know what he is. He looks a little bit like Road Evolved. He's probably like, he's not Magma because they already had one of those. Maybe he's Volcano, I don't know. But he's a big guy, and he has a giant foot that we see crash down behind Aurora. Aurora's a man-sized Dopant. I think there was a lady one that's like called Scream or something like that, and it had a jiggly monster bosom as it popped out from behind a sign. And like, I think he was saying that one's too messy, like the proportions aren't too big, but it's too messy. But then there's like the giant road looking guy with his big foot, his big black foot, and then there's like a literal dinosaur skeleton as part of NEWSEUM, and that guy would be too big to go into a hospital as well. Aurora's the only guy who would reasonably fit inside of the room and have like any sort of be able to maintain any sort of cover while murdering this dude. And I don't know, that was it was odd to me. It was an odd choice. Go ahead, dude. It was an odd choice to me because like you didn't have to design them to have these ridiculous proportions, but then you chose to. And I don't know, it's not something I dig. So the proportions are ridiculous, and I don't like it. That's basically what I'm trying to, like, I can't imagine watching, Fang Joker fight, or like, here, let's combine these complaints. I can't imagine Batshot, and I don't remember any of the names of, like, Stagphone fighting the giant dinosaur Dopant, although I bet it'll happen, and it'll be ridiculous, and I'll dislike it as much as I liked how Shotaro was able to win in like the final battle of Kamen Rider Double Proper against the big bad, which doesn't make any sense. Anyway, moving on to the hits. Fang Joker is marvelous. I absolutely love that suit. I love seeing Philip in control like that, and I love his style of fighting, his method of movement. There's just so much to enjoy in Fang Joker, and it was simply marvelous. So it's simply the best, better than all the rest of the double forms. So yeah, that was thrilling to me. I really enjoyed it. I think Aurora's a solid villain. My complaints about his, the proportion thing is Riku Sanjo's fault, okay? He decided to make a dinosaur and all these other things. But Aurora himself, he's a really sinister, menacing villain. It was, scary to see him going over to this guy and telling him basically hey, I gotta kill you because you just don't work. You're not worthy of being a citizen in my new town. And because you're not worthy and because, I don't know, whatever else the complaints were, I gotta kill you. You gotta die. I can't have people knowing about NEWSEUM or Dark Fuuto or Shadow Fuuto or whatever it is. So you're gonna die and I'm gonna burn your corpse and I'm gonna laugh while doing it, basically. And he may not have laughed during it, but he definitely laughed after it. And he's a sinister, icky, gross, scary bad guy. And that's good. That's what you want. That's what you need in a hero story like this. So I'll be curious to see what else he's going to do and how much he's going to enjoy doing it, because I think he likes being bad and it makes him happy. All right, final hit for the episode. Monako thinking Philip is Kamen Rider and not Shotaro was a real fun gag. She likes Shotaro, the pretentious detective as she calls him, and she values him and she wants to make sure that Kamen Rider protects him, but she doesn't get the truth she doesn't grasp the full truth of what's going on there, and it made for a really sweet moment. And you got to have her caring about Shotaro, Philip expressing care and concern for his friend as well, and you also got to have, I think Akiko was there and she got to hear it, and she knew that Shotaro was kind of getting clowned on a tiny bit. He was being humbled, from the meaning of that word, sort of being humiliated, or being derived from humiliated or being related to that. So that was good. I like that. Anytime they can poke fun at Shotaro, it's something I really like. But it was also endearing and sweet overall. So that just makes it all the better. I didn't really have any questions or big thesis to examine in this episode, really. I didn't really have anything big to discuss, so that's basically just my thoughts and my analysis on the show so far. I'm going to give you a score for episode 6. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. I'll go ahead and do that. The villainy was notched up. The mystery and intrigue was notched up about this Shadow Fuuto. Even though I think they're dumb, it's good to see the other Dopants in a scene together in the actual show, not just in the intro, and see kind of how they operate with each other, get a little taste of their personalities. That was interesting. And seeing Fang Joker is always a delight. And I don't know, that's about all I have to say about it. So I really enjoyed this episode. I thought it was very good. Maybe for the form alone, it was my favorite so far. Although I did like everything we saw of Tokime's character, and it was kind of interesting how offbeat it was that it ended maybe 3/4 through the main problem had ended, and then it has this resolution or this ending that gets kind of appended to it. Not really appended, it was just the story continued from there, and it had time to breathe and time to expand and give us more information, and I did enjoy that aspect of the storytelling. And I don't know if that's how the manga chapter broke down, or if they're doing, an episode per chapter, or what they're doing specifically, but I did enjoy how it broke down specifically here, as I've outlined already, and I will not go over it again and again and again until we're both dead. So, sorry. I really like Spider-Man 1. I watched it way too many times the first weekend it came out available on DVD. Youth. Wasting time and thinking you're doing good stuff while you're not. Anyway, my analysis of Dawn Brothers episode 27 should be out already, so go check that out if you want to. I will very soon, the analysis for Kamen Rider Geats should be coming out. It should be the next day after the Fuuto PI analysis drops, or publishes, I should say. That's the proper word for it. And look forward to me publishing an episode, or not an episode, but a video of my first Tokutember entry where I talk over my sped up drawing and I explain what I was thinking, what I was trying to do, where I'm going with Tokutember 2022 Gold, which is a tribute to 6th Rangers. So I'm not really leaning into the Super Sentai thing. I'm just using them as prompts I'm kind of using the prompts for two things. One, to enjoy just the sake of drawing, or enjoy drawing for its own sake, but then function stack by drawing characters for my Holy Heroes superhero universe that I'm developing on the side, in addition to my Tokusatsu children's picture book franchise or series that I'm writing and planning. And in fact, I have episode by this, as of the time of this recording, I have the first book done. Second draft is illustrated, or not illustrated. The second draft is written, and I am going to revise that some more, contact my artist, and get going on making this thing no longer a dream but a reality. And I'm very excited about it. And if you like my work, I think you'll be excited about it too. And if you like tokusatsu in general, you should like the book. And I'll let you know when the Kickstarter starts and when I start making the actual book. And I'm very excited to share that with everybody. Hopefully I can rally a lot of support from the tokusatsu community as I'm kind of reconnecting with it more this year, because I let things slide before. But I think I'm ready to consistently cover things, because we've got so much good official Kamen Rider stuff. We've got official Super Sentai, we've got official Ultraman, and it's kind of like a great time to be a tokusatsu fan and to, well, that's it. It's basically just a great time to be a tokusatsu fan and enjoy this stuff and enjoy talking about it with other people. So yeah, that's it. Sorry, I'm having a major car issue and it's distracting me. So I will go ahead and get out of here, and I thank you for your time and attention. I ask that you check out all my other stuff, and until next time, this is MJ. I leave you with peace and blessings. I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, you can find more at mjmunoz.com, as well as my entire library of analysis, art, and fiction.